Welcome back, Simpson. My name's Tim. I'm joined by
Joshua.
Creed.
Andrew.
I'm Rudy.
Whoa, Dick.
There you go.
We watched the movie Spaceballs, directed in 1997, directed by Mel Brooks. Watched the trailer of the movie.
And underneath the air shield, 10,000 years of fresh air. We must get through that air shield.
We will, sir. Once we kidnap the princess, we can force her father, King Roland, to give us the combination to the air shield, thereby destroying planet Druidia and saving planet Spaceball.
Everybody got that?
Spaceballs, the movie.
Princess Vespa spaceship within range, sir.
Good.
What's going on?
It's either the 4th of July or someone's trying to kill us.
Now we will show her who is in charge of this galaxy.
If you do not give me the combination to the air shield, Dr. Slotkin will give your daughter back her old nose.
Only one man and his trusted companion can save planet Druidia from disaster.
Okay, Eagle 5, coming in.
Lone Star.
First, they must learn the secrets of yogurt.
Yogurt?
I am the keeper of a greater magic.
The Force?
No, the Schwartz.
Avoid capture on a distant planet.
Tell them to comb the desert, you hear me? Comb the desert!
Found anything yet? We ain't found.
Battle the entire Spaceball army.
My hair! He shot my hair!
Holy!
And escape the clutches of Dark Helmet.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Abandon ship. Proceed to escape pods.
What the hell's the matter with this seatbelt?
When does this happen in the movie? Give me paw.
Spaceballs, the movie.
How do I know you're not making faces at me under that thing?
Favorite jokes of the movie of Spaceballs.
The one I got two. The one where he's like, "You got that," and then like he's like looks at the camera when he says it. So, yeah, if you guys understand that.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the one where they're like this image over here, the image where they're like they play their own movie and then they look and then they look at the camera again and then look at again. I thought that was really funny. I love that meta fourth wall thing.
Big Deadpool fan.
Big Deadpool fan, big Flowey fan, big Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club.
Cool. Josh?
I think I have two, but they're not like the best. At least I don't think so. But I like the "Your Schwartz is as big as mine," or the that desert combing one.
I like the meta bit about the like with the merchandise like within the film, like after like it gets introduced in the like that yogurt scene, it's just like a running gag in the background, and every time it popped up I always forgot about it until it popped up on screen again and was like God, it's like really dumb, it's really stupid, but it's very funny, and I think that's my favorite part. My favorite joke, I guess, is a little bit more of a background element, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Mine would probably be the Mog guy, the half man, half dog.
Yeah.
I'm my own best friend or something like that.
No, that's a really good
That
line.
was
I like
sad.
that line.
Yeah.
That's a funny line.
But let's just not talk about how he was made. Right?
Yeah.
Wait
Well,
a minute.
if he's like a species, if he's a Mog, he's like a species. It's like a species of like
Yeah.
space alien.
Yeah.
But he
yeah.
said like human and dog. It's just
So-
I think that's just explaining it in
Yeah,
a.
we don't have to go deep.
Yeah, let's not go that
Yeah.
crazy.
Within the
Let's not get
sense.
that crazy, guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, the one scene at the end with the alien come out, the guy from the movie Alien, he was acting in Spaceballs at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I forgot about like the little alien parody they do at the end because we pan over and it's like and they're all in like the outfits they wear around in the famous scene in Alien, and I had forgotten about that. That's in this movie.
I may
thought that
be
was funny.
wrong, but I think that's the same actor from the movie. The
Yeah, no, it is.
So,
It is the same
that
guy.
makes sense, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I've actually only seen Aliens and Alien vs. Predator.
So you haven't seen Alien?
Nope.
You're missing out on
It's-
good movies.
Yeah, well, I'll get to them sometime. Yeah, I didn't even know that part where they did the Michigan J Frog thing. I didn't know that was part of Spaceballs. I thought that was like Scary Movie or something.
I'm not gonna lie, I
But-
kind of also forgot that was a part of Spaceballs because it's like right at the end, it's like there's like a random end gag.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I don't know. Thought it was interesting.
Yeah. And then my favorite joke was that jaw one, the one by famous the dolls. That's
Oh,
my
right,
favorite one.
like the running gag
Yeah.
with the Jaws theme, yeah.
That was my favorite. What was your favorite scene of the movie?
Scene? That's actually kind of tricky. I think maybe like the hyperspace bit, where they're like, I think like just like the rapid fire bits in that scene where we're going ludicrous speed, and it's like, oh, they went to plaid. I don't know. It's just again, it's very silly, and I like the visuals in that scene. I think it looks kind of cool. So probably that one.
I thought for a second, I was like, no, wasn't this movie made in the 80s? Because when they said like ludicrous speed, I was like, is ludicrous gonna come out or something?
No, it's
but
the
I'm
word-
like,
it's
no,
the
this
word-
isn't.
it's the word
this
ludicrous.
Is 80s, yeah. It's an eight. It's
That'd be
not
awesome,
scary.
though.
It's not 2000s. It's not scary.
And also the
movie.
word like ludicrous
So,
existed before.
Yeah, I know.
before
I thought they should do that for Spaceballs too. That would be cool.
Actually, that would be a
That'd
funny
be
bit.
fun. I'd laugh my butt off.
I think that
That'd
would be very
fun.
funny.
I'll say I think of Ludacris the person before the
Yeah.
actual word.
And then he's gonna come out and start
me
saying
too.
rapping or something.
I think that would be a funny bit in the second one
Yeah.
if they decide to do that.
Like the State Farm commercial. Have you ever seen that? They say this is ludicrous, and then he pops up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
I've
funny.
not seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder where they're gonna take it with this new movie that they're making, because you can tell that this really was like, it's very dated to the 80s.
Yeah, I'm honestly like every aspect in like some good ways and bad ways. But like all the effects are still pretty much practical, and they look really good.
They look really
like the
good.
miniatures, like
Yeah.
even though this is like a parody, like the practical effects still look really nice. Like the sets are really nice. The miniature work is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I don't
feels
know.
like it's supposed to be like super cheap. At least I got that impression from the
Mm.
start. But there were a lot of things where I was like, there's definitely a decent budget to
No,
this
yeah, for
film.
sure.
Like they had especially their set design was pretty
Mm.
crazy. Yeah.
I just don't want to know how they executed the RV in the desert scene. Like, did they just throw it? Because that RV alone doesn't have enough horsepower or it's not built for desert. So I'm
Yeah.
just wondering how they did that.
Yeah, when some of the scenes, like some of the scenes were shooting on the highway in California. They say that some of the scenes were shooting in the highway in California.
Oh, they actually, yeah.
Yeah, they were shooting in California on the highway. I was like, how you don't get pulled by a car?
That is crazy.
I think that was another part of it that I liked, is that like all their worlds, or like the Tatooine kind of was just like
desert
so
bit.
obviously like a desert in Colorado or something.
No, yeah. But again, I think that's like another bit, a little bit of charm. It's like, oh yeah, that's how they did this.
Yeah.
That's how they did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the part where helmet guy attacked the people who were on set filming it. That was
yeah,
that was
that's-
awesome.
That's a good bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite scene.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I guess speaking of the desert bit, I also love the bit where they swap out his helmet for like the safari hat. I thought that bit was really funny as well, just because it's again very silly part of it. Yeah.
Let's not forget about every single scene where the ring was brought out. Everybody would just kept.
Yeah, because after the one scene where at the beginning.
And I heard you said a testicular.
They gave him testicular torsion.
Yeah.
They messed him up.
They guys, very ultimate joke here. They took his space balls. Or did
Something
they just
like
hurt
that.
him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They hurt his space balls.
It's probably that, yeah.
Something
Nice.
space balls.
Yeah.
This is a great fact. Mel Brooks and he actually some of the makeup is wearing. He has to sell his own house for the makeup and stuff. For like yoga, the golden makeup he's wearing. He has to sell his own house for making. He had to pay for it himself.
He had to pay for his own makeup there?
Yeah.
Why was that not on the budget, do you know?
No, the studio think he went over budget from the...
Oh, he went over budget, okay.
Funny.
That's really funny, so he just had to pay for all of his own
Yeah,
makeup in that too. That's really funny, actually.
I thought it was interesting. Like, it looked like they put a lot of time and effort and maybe even money into Pizza the Hut.
I was gonna
like,
talk
how
about that,
did
but
like,
yeah.
how did that thing even? How did they make that?
He's only in one scene. He's the
disgusting.
one disgusting shot of him melting,
I know,
basically.
It was literally so short for how much.
No, yeah, for how much
Yeah.
money they probably had to spend on that.
Actually, the actor who played him, he actually got hung in real life. He actually got full green bones from that.
Oh, so because like the bit like fell in his mouth, right?
Yeah. Some of the scenes kind of like boned him. Like there was some some of the scenes were really like melting cheese.
Oh yeah. No, that was gross.
Maybe they got sponsored by Pizza Hut and they're like, hey, let's do that. Let's make that an actual character.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Or it was like, what was his name? Was Pizza the Hut?
Yeah,
They should have said no one out Pizza the Hut. They should have said
I think
that.
I think that is the bit. They just didn't say it.
They should have said no one out Pizza at the end. That would have been so funny. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Pizza Hut did they had a retired Soviet leader in one of their commercials, so little fun
Actually,
fact.
that's crazy.
Wow.
Listen, we're in the fun fact drop from this episode of Cinema Sit Down.
Yeah.
So, Kurt, you said before you haven't seen Star Wars.
No,
at
I
all.
never have in my life. Well, except this like one Lego video game, this Lego Star Wars game on The Force Awakens that was on the 3DS.
But
It
you
was
haven't
alright.
you haven't watched any of the
No.
Star Wars movies.
No,
So how do you feel about a parody of it? Like,
I
what do you
loved
think
it. I
about
thought it was funny. Like I know enough about Star Wars so I can still laugh at it and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Like, do you get like the Pizza the Hut bit where?
Oh yeah, it's Pizza Hut.
Well, yeah,
Jabba
but
the
like,
Hut.
okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I don't.
Oh, sorry. my
Again,
bad.
you haven't seen Star Wars, so I don't know how much Star Wars you know.
I know about the characters.
Okay.
I bet I can name them, most of them.
Okay. Because we were talking about this a little bit before. You haven't seen Star Wars, where I feel
Nope.
like a lot of the bits are sort of tailored for that. You kind of go into the movie knowing it's a Star Wars parody,
Yeah.
and you kind of just like. And I feel like the movie also knows that because there's like a lot of like structural things like in the narrative itself, to where it's like it doesn't really linger anywhere. It just kind of because you already know where it's going. It's like you know what beat it's gonna hit, and I think it's interesting from like a narrative perspective to structure a film that way, because like everyone knows it's a Star Wars parody and everyone knows how Star Wars goes because everyone had seen Star Wars at that point. So I think it's a very interesting way to structure the film in that way, where I don't know how to really phrase it, but it's like it's interesting where like we don't really get like full like character arcs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like we kind of already know what's happening, and so it's like we don't really need it.
I feel like I was kind of like thinking about this because this is one of the more like earlier parody films I've seen.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it looks so fun to be on set for this, and especially making it, because it really feels like almost everything is like the first idea they come up with, and then they just run with it. And so there really is like a lack of like structure to the whole movie, but it's still like it's just bit after bit, and once you catch the vibe, it's pretty funny all the way through.
Actually, Mel Brooks, he played the president and Yoda thing. He played the two characters.
Yeah.
That's true. I was gonna say he's doing. Did he write this also?
Yeah, he
was a director, writer.
Yeah,
he
directed his own movie.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I would say very, very impressive from Mr. Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What scene you didn't like from the movie? What scene you didn't like? What scene confusing from Spaceballs? Like.
I don't know if there's anything like confusing necessarily.
You know what?
I was concerned for a second about like a few of the jokes about Jewish people, but then I remember that he is Jewish, and it's like it's okay. when it's like a Jewish director making these jokes, it's like it's a bit more excusable than just like a rando guy making Jewish jokes. But yeah, but I think that was the bit that I was unsure of initially, but like I was like double checking, like he's Jewish, right? And it's like okay, I'm cool.
Because he's also 99 years old and alive.
I was gonna say, he's still alive.
He's doing good. I need his diet.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
what's the key?
What's the key?
Making parody films?
Maybe he's making a bunch of parody movies.
Laugh,
Smile.
Yeah.
It might be that.
He is a very happy guy. That's probably it.
Probably just like
he has a lust for life.
He's got a lot of things to live for.
Yeah.
He's got to make Spaceballs 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he directing Spaceballs 2?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's keeping him going.
At 99? That's nuts, actually.
Wild.
Get what the new Spaceballs, the new one.
Yeah.
Guess what the joke was? I found the money. He finally found the money. It was in his basement the whole time.
He found the money, yeah.
Guess what it was? In his basement the whole time.
So, speaking of that, like, not only do we have Spaceballs 2, but we got another scary movie coming, so, and then there's this other movie I heard about these comedians who wrote it, so, do you guys think parody movies are back, or comedies are back?
I think parody movies maybe, but I feel like a lot of, like, the parody movie, like, bits have been sort of, like, are not in a movie form, but they're in, like, skit form on like online.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's where all the parodies, the parody bits are at this point. So I'd be curious to see how Spaceballs 2 does, if it's even good. 'Cause that's a whole other question, is if it will be good.
Well, give Mel Brooks
people go
hope.
see? I mean, like I'm hoping it's good. I'm just saying it's like, since we don't know, it's hard to say if parody movies will come back, because again I feel like a lot of that has moved online in like skit form, like again, like a 5-minute skit rather than like an hour and a half, 2-hour movie.
I mean, yeah, we still have like South Park and Family Guy.
But again, that's like shorter form.
Yeah,
it's not an hour and a half film that you release to theaters.
You said like web, so I was like, there's also TV stuff. But yeah, I get you. I understand what you're doing, what you're saying.
Those parody, like anything parody, always feels like it like phases in and out of culture. Like
for sure.
Like something really prominent like takes the #1 spot, and then people kind of get tired of it, and then it comes back and it goes away over and over again.
And I feel like a lot of parody movies, this is actually a boon to Spaceballs. I feel like a lot of parody movies like feel very dated, to where I feel like Spaceballs doesn't feel as dated.
Not terribly, no.
It feels like it's like relatively like, okay, now this is still like, I can still understand the bits, because I mean, like, it's basically just a Star Wars parody, so that's a help. Whereas like Scary Movie's like a parody of like 500 different movies in one movie, to where it's like, and they're also very tailored to like the year they came out, to where it's like, what movie was this again? To where you can't even remember the bit, but since it's Star Wars, it works.
My question is, how did you get a flamethrower? That's my question.
How did what?
How did you get a flamethrower? One of the scenes, like the
it was part of the toy brand. They got it.
Yeah, it's true.
How did...
I'd give that to my kids.
You can buy a flamethrower for $230 online.
I wish you would know that.
Oh, I bet you for Spaceballs 2 they will make a flamethrower.
Dude, the Spaceballs 2 proper flamethrower. I better be able to buy one of those.
I know that's gonna. And then oh my gosh, the toys are probably gonna go so hard.
Yeah,
and the Funko Pops, I would love. Of the helmet guy would be so cool.
Warren Helmet.
Is that his name? Warren Helmet?
No, Lord Helmet.
Lord Helmet. That's cool.
All right, I think we're running out of time. Do you want to do ratings?
Yeah, I'll give it 10.
10? All right.
Josh,
go on that side.
Oh, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna say 8.5.
That's not a bad score.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I'm very picky on comedy stuff. I don't really.
We know.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's perfectly fair.
I'm messing with you. I'd say 10, just so Sam doesn't chase me down later. But yeah, it was good. It was funny. Yeah, I really liked it. So yeah.
That's fair. I think I'm feeling like a solid 6. Like, this is a solid movie. I had no problems with it necessarily. Well, nothing crazy, at least, problems with it. But I don't think I'm going to be actively seeking it out anytime soon. This is like a movie where I watch every 10 years. So yeah, this movie's all right, and then go from there.
I think I would give it a 7.5 for the reason I think it did a good job at pioneering the whole parody category itself, and I think I can respect it for that.
All right.
Thank you for watching Cinema Sit Down.
All right.
See you.
See ya.